Live stream, let's see. You are now live streaming to YouTube live. Let's see. View the stream. Let's see. First time doing my YouTube live. Alright. I see it's connecting. Let's see if I could get some people in the chat room. Matter of fact, like I said, it's my first time, so that's why I'm seeming kind of like, discombobulated. Trying to get it, but I basically want to speak on psychedelic experiences, and also I want to play this recording of one of my older psychedelic experiences. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Matter of fact, all right. Peace, divine goddess. Nam Junior, peace, man. Blessings, y'all, for coming in, participating. Play my computer up. So that's what I like, though, man. This live stuff, man. It's raw, man. Good energy. I'm just trying to get my stuff straight, so y'all bear with me. Like I said, it's my first time really doing this. So let's see. Live stream. In which I gotta get more into the habit of doing videos where I kind of allow myself to pause and get back to, because I be trying to let information flow so fluently and not have no pause. It's how I gotta realize, like, man, I understand I'm a vibrational being, a high vibrational being and stuff like this, but it's just some things, I gotta take my time with. So, but I'm about to soon play this little recording. While I'm doing that, I'm gonna just be trying to, interact with y'all in the chat room as well. Let's see. All right. Rasta Cell, what's up, bro? What's happening? I'm good, man. Much love, peace. Matter of fact, I gotta get used to doing that because I can't. Like, I'm doing this video, but I can't see myself, so I gotta get used to that too. Which I'm on and off the screen. I'm about to run my little recording, basically, like my oxygen. Matter of fact, my video, which I think I put it, the little information thing. It should be right there. With the video about where I was playing my record and just talking like I basically, coming down off a DMT trip, or really a mushroom trip, because that one wasn't. I think this one right here is a DMT trip. I'm about to play it right now. Since I'm on the come down right now, I'm walking by the plants and they talking to me like, hey, welcome back. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, welcome back to, to this plane, you know what I'm saying? Like, we know how you like them high vibrations. Oh shit. Alright. And I just heard an owl. So that's the trip right. So that's really welcoming back. And that's live, but look, I heard that owl. I had to stop talking. Because I thought that was a person. But basically like everything around me like welcoming me back to this plane. It's like, man, we know how you like the vibrations high, because that's the first thing. Another thing too, that anxiety, that anxious, that overwhelming feeling that I know that I be experiencing during trips or whatever. It's basically like an overload of information and that's that overload that I be asking for. You know what I'm saying? But it's an overload, and you answering and be answering so many questions, you know what I'm saying, within your head, you know what I'm saying, that is creating, Man, yeah. Oh shit! Now I'm feeling the vibrational change. I'm gonna pause it on that, because like when I was walking, I was basically coming down off a DMT trip, and like I tell people, man, once you kind of closer to them vibrations, you could distinguish that voice that's separate from the ego. So as I'm coming down, especially off a trip, and it's like the plants like, hey, welcome back. Like, and that's the thing, like stuff like that don't pop into your brain just like mistakenly. You know what I'm saying? Like where it's like inanimate object, like almost like where I feel like a tree saying like, hey, bro, don't like piss around. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, for example, you know what I'm saying? But that's the thing.
And matter of fact, and I was talking about like how all the information was overloading me. You know what I'm saying? Because it basically like a overwhelming download of information. But you know, matter of fact, it kind of
Whatever. It's basically like an overload of information and that's that overload that I be asking for. You know what I'm saying? But it's an overload, and you answering and be answering so many questions. You know what I'm saying within your head. You know what I'm saying that is
about
creating.
to invite people. Let's see.
Oh shit! Now I'm feeling the vibrational change a little bit as I'm walking on this bridge. Feel the vibration.
Oh
It
wait,
felt a little uncomfortable. I keep it real.
having some technical
Yeah.
difficulties, y'all. Let's see.
But yeah, vibrations. Where was
Wait.
I? Oh
Let's see. Is it
yeah, I'm
still
welcoming
streaming
back
live or did it throw
to
me
Earth.
off?
Oh, and the overwhelming experience of a trip,
Let's
like
see.
where
Live. Am
you're
I
getting
live?
so
Live
much
stream?
information. That's why I be feeling confused and like I be feeling like why I'm not getting any answers like direct in essence. And because I'm getting like a super download of shit, you know what I'm saying? So that's why things I'm feeling confused, anxious, all in one moment, you know what I'm saying? That's where that comes from. That download the information that's just sending you everywhere,
All
you know.
right.
Cause I had an angel basically tell me like, man, it's all right. Like it's like you really handle this better than you know and that I was built for this situation. That I am like somebody who travels through other dimensions and I'm built. That's why
Peace. All
nothing.
right.
How can I say surprised me? You know what I'm saying? Because I've been on so many dimensional levels that I could just adapt and know and understand that anything is possible in all dimensions. You
Matter of
know,
fact, always keep the little book or little
and
journal.
that's how I know that.
It's my notes
That's
in
what
here.
make me know that, like right now in this life,
Drawings,
like I am like one of them type of traveling
sacred
people that's woke,
geometry, everything.
and
That's why I
this
keep my
is like
notes.
your body is your bodysuit. Like I'm not fucking Corey. Like Corey is just a name. Like I'm in a bodysuit, and I'm just like, man, this is a matrix straight up, and not a matrix in somewhat of a bad way in essence, but you know,
And matter of fact, like point blank period, you know what I'm saying? This is a little bodysuit, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I was just really feeling and understanding and knowing that I was a vibration past the existence of being called Ray, you know what I'm saying? And even down to like the overwhelming feeling. I say, for instance, when I did that recording, I didn't have that understanding, but now I know like that overwhelming feeling of like nervousness and all that is basically like your ego just being scared as fuck. Like your ego is like, what? Like, am I dying? Am I dead? Like, stop this from, So that's where a lot of some of the, uneasiness may come from. And two, just like I say, with your body just not being used to dealing with that, you know what I'm saying? And then you also do have the overload of information where I realized too another thing you're just supposed to let it flow into you. You're not supposed to be trying to figure it out while it's coming in. As a matter of fact, too, you get the personification of that. Like during DMT trips, like you're blocking your information by dwelling in the left brain. You know what I'm saying? By being in that left brain and consciousness, you overthinking why information trying to come in. So you kind of blocking information from coming in. It's coming in so rapidly, but you trying to dwell on one point of infinite information. You know what I'm saying? To make it, and that's the thing, like you getting the overload. As a matter of fact, and two, that's where the crying and the laughter come from too. In essence, where you happy because you're back with source. It's got you like feeling good. You feeling the vibration, but you're also feeling like, man, I don't want to leave. It's like mixed feelings. Like I want to stay up here, but I know. Matter of fact, Gano Grill spoke on that too. Like matter of fact, I've been watching the Brethren videos a lot lately, but you know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, and that's how my spirit guides speak to me like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Might want to look at these set of videos or this or that, you know what I'm saying? But it come to you, you know what I'm saying? Your channel. Matter of fact, that's what I wanted to say. the laughing and crying though, you know what I'm saying? The laughing and crying comes from, where it's like the like I say, you want to be there, but you know you meant to be here. And there's so many vibrations and like it's things that you can't even explain with words, in which I'm explaining my other, you know what I'm saying? And I break down my other little journal stuff.
we attitude.
Apologize if this thing is still live. I may have to do another one. Man, my computer is giving me some technical difficulties. But like I said, if y'all still watching and listening, this is a lesson in order to, to move forward. So I'm going through these little problems right now. So I won't have them in the future. Taking care of the now. Come on, computer. Matter of fact, it's showing the green light as recording, but I can't see my computer screen. I'm wondering if I may need to try a different program for my live stream. Let's see. I apologize. I might have to delete this. And I apologize, man. I will definitely probably have to do this. So I was trying to talk during it, but like, let's see, man. Well, let's see. We can see you again. Like, how long I've been out? And I'm gonna have to. I don't know what is the problem. Few seconds, but y'all wasn't able to see me or hear me, or y'all was still hearing me, or what was the matter of fact, man? Thank y'all for staying in there. In fact, I recognize a few of y'all from my comments and stuff, which I try not to dwell too much in my comments because it could become a crazy place. You know what I'm saying? It just went blank. All right. Word, peace and blessings. Man, thank Rasta Cell, man. Thank you for, you know what I'm saying? For coming in, but it's all good. Namaste, man. Namaste to all y'all, man. Thank y'all for, participating, Thank you, man. Word. Let me get to some of these other readings before this thing, you know what I'm saying, start signing out. Because, matter of fact, I'm wondering if, like, it's doing like my computer is going in sleep mode and I'm having to, like, turn it back on, shake back, but I be seeing the green light still recording. But, man, basically, getting into how DMT trips, you know what I'm saying, where they open you up to these different dimensions, basically opening you up to your true roots. Like I made that video about your true roots, like getting into being a vibrational being, because that's what you are first off. You know what I'm saying? Like yes, the Africa is the continent in which, as far as like where we were last, the last human existence, as far as I say last, but that's where we come from in essence, but we come from something way more farther outside and inside. Really, an inner verse, outer verse, the macrocosm and the microcosm. But another thing too, though, where these entities sometimes on the DMT trip, though, I had like a entity come to me and talk to me like telepathy wise, and he was like, it was a matter of fact, and that's the thing too, you could just feel like something told me like this is a red being, You know what I'm saying? He looks kind of funny. Cause it's like that's why he's not showing himself to you. You know what I'm saying? Which that's what he tell me too. Like say, for even though you reading vibrations and feelings in essence, you know, you're feeling vibrations, you could feel the vibration of this entity like cursing at me. Like I could tell you, like, yo, y'all motherfucking humans. Reason why y'all can't come back with no type of information on DMT trips is because our languages is so advanced and so, you know what I'm saying, and y'all shit so poo. That's why y'all not getting it, you know what I'm saying? That's why it's so hard for us to connect with y'all. Because not only, you know, they talking about like how much power they have that's overwhelming to our ego when they connect to us. That's why like a DMT trip is essential because that knock your ego out the box, you know what I'm saying? Like literally and figuratively speaking, you know what I'm saying? But that entity was like, you know, like y'all vocab is just poo. And that's why when trying to describe DMT trips or trying to like I was just trying to describe that vibrational feeling of connecting with source where it's like happy, sad, like the most best colors you can't explain, vibrations, you know what I'm saying? Like that's basically, you know what I'm saying? That's because of our lack of, you know what I'm saying, and really not remembering, you know, where we come from and what we were, you know what I'm saying? And it's all about getting back to that because I'm one of the people too. Like that's why I'm into DMT, all this, you know what I'm saying? I'm really into getting back to my true, you know what I'm saying? This human existence is cool, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I know what's up, and when you know what's up, it's hard to kind of play a little role when you know it's something higher, you know what I'm saying? And that's what a lot of people in essence too like egotistically run away from because they know once they find out and you know they know certain information is going to resonate with their soul and that's going to force them you know to change so they run away from it, you know what I'm saying? But you know, basically I have some more information because I also had a situation where too like that's another reason why journals are good with DMT trips and all this because say for instance this was happening when I was early on my growth, but now since I know a lot more information and stuff I could get a different you know what I'm saying perspective on the situation, you know what I'm saying, where say for instance I had a situation, this is my one of my second heavy trips, but and I'm trying to read from my notes. I met the reptilian race and talked to them. They felt like a cold-hearted dark. They felt like cold-hearted dark entities, but they weren't trying to harm me. It also felt like the eldest reptilian species on Earth was talking to me and told me he was the serpent from Adam and Eve story out of the Bible. I say, for instance, back when I, you know, did that and I wrote that, I probably would have thought like, yeah, that was the serpent from, you know, dealing with that story. But now I understand that that was my own Kundalini energy talking to me because now that I remember that trip, I remember that my Kundalini raised on that trip. And I was speaking to those reptilians right before my Kundalini raised because I was laying down on the bed and my Kundalini, matter of fact, a white light, I'm talking about from my feet, it just raised into my knees. And then as it got to my waist, so picture I'm laying down, but as it got to my waist, it slowly started rising me up. And there's like, cause, and then DMT trips and all this too, you gotta let loose. You gotta drop your ego. Like I always like to just lay down in the dark room and shit, and just let the vibrations just take me however they, you know what I'm saying. Just let the, you know. And matter of fact, if you look into old texts, you know that's how like some of the tantric, like yo, I mean not tantric, some of the like the yoga positions and like some of the you know ancient, you know what I'm saying, you know, yogis and different people that, you know, used to connect with the spirits and stuff, they used to get into these different little formations and stuff, just letting the flow of energy, you know what I'm saying, the little currents just go through them and go on with the flow, you know what I'm saying? Like, in essence, almost like, you know, like, like letting, not letting something abduct your body, but letting something into your body in essence, but it's not really no certain entity that's making you doing nothing. It's just the flow of everything, all existence. Matter of fact, you get to feel that. You get to feel what all everything like, and that's why you come out of DMT trips not hating nobody because of the pigment of their skin and not harming animals, and you know what I'm saying. You get that high level of understanding because you felt that oneness, man. You know how you were taught as an egotistical being to be separate from all these things, but the actual thing is that you're one with all this. And I'm sorry I haven't been paying attention to all the you know, all the comments and stuff. Man, what's up, Yuri? What's up, Yuri? was popping. So it's probably didn't want you want they want us to hear something at that moment. Real talk. Real talk, man. Real talk. It is so true. Ask us what kind of knowledge you pass money. Yeah, I mean, asking you shall receive in essence too, you know what I'm saying? But you know, yeah, blessings, man. I sometimes I could sound like I'm overly, grateful, but I'm not like exaggerating with my grief. I guess when you come from somewhere where being stuck dealing with your ego, like I used to, do Xanax and smoke sherms, that's the formaldehyde, dip cigarettes, all that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like I was basically a functional alcoholic. When I see myself at this point, you know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, and two, with intuition, you kind of get that glimpse of the future, you know what I'm saying, all in one. But that's why I understand why some of these people get on stage or some of this and they cry when they get to that level and all that, man, because it do become surreal, man. Like, real talk, like it is something to be grateful for, you know what I'm saying? Like, especially when you see, that is coming to you through things, you know what I'm saying, accumulation of things outside of you. It's like, bro, and when I say outside of you, you're in the universe, you're in the self, but from your spirit guides and divine parents, your higher self, when you see that they making these things happen, and you see it, you become grateful, man. Gratitude is the great multiplier, man, especially dealing with your abundance for my abundance people. But I don't want to get too far off the DMT trips. But basically, you know what I'm saying, with them reptilians, and matter of fact, and what's so real too, and how you know things is real on DMT trips is by doing it with somebody and y'all feeling each other vibration. No, that's another thing. Do not, I repeat, if you are uncomfortable with somebody or y'all not really cool on it, and be real with you, honestly, that's how source work. It may be meant for y'all, even though y'all may not be cool or or comfortable. It may be meant for y'all to go through that experience. But like from DMT, mushrooms, a little bit for sure. But and honestly, and acid sometimes. Which acid is one of them things I don't dive deep into. I kind of let source kind of guide me with that because I don't know what's the chemical makeups and what's the balance. So and that's why I never too much mess with acid. But honestly, when when you taking the, like I say, one that's not gonna harm you and taking in the right setting, which not like it's harmful, but I just me personally, because it just feel, and that's the ego, like, oh man, this acid. But it really does give you that same connection. But what I want to say is, bro, it open up your brain. I mean, it how can I say, man? The acid. Wait, hold on. I lost my point. Sorry, y'all. I was talking about the acid. Matter of fact, too, that's what these live videos gonna help with, because y'all could be like, hey, you was just right here on this point. But what I was gonna say, oh, picking brains. Like, you don't want to be around people who you don't want to share your thoughts and feelings and what you did when you was in kindergarten with, like, matter of fact, because this is the thing too, and that's where it becomes surreal, like if you've been like molested and on, but that's what breaking down the ego is about sharing these things with people and not letting it be like something that controls you. But like, from being molested as a little kid, or or seeing a murder, whatever, or murdering somebody, because we all not, in this human form, you know what I'm saying? We wasn't taught to be perfect in essence, you know what I'm saying? So we got a little past what you call mistakes and stuff like that, and which I don't even like to really call them mistakes, is just learning processes, you know what I'm saying? You go through stuff and you learn from it. But before I get off again, you know what I'm saying, dealing with DMT, psychedelics, man, it opens up, everybody pipeline. So you're gonna be learning deeply about your friend. That, be honest with you though too, that's how you become closer together. Because matter of fact, I remember one of my other DMT trips too, with some of my white brethren and sister. You know what I'm saying? Where, and this the reality of the situation, but this how cool we were, and this how cool it even made us more. But like, well, I took a heroic dose. So I was like, I basically kind of killed myself in essence. It was a true ego death. Like while I'm going through it and stuff, like a picture, they had a moment where I was back in it deep, and it had a moment where I'm like kind of coming out and I'm looking up. And say, I'm the only black person, and it's the reality of the situation. I'm looking at them, and I'm starting to get spooked, like they doing a ritual on me. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, wait, hold on, man, y'all. They're like, no, Clarice. I'm like, wait, because matter of fact, too, you're breaking down your ego. So that was that black man ego, like, hold on, man, these white people doing the ritual on the man. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's, that's the realness. In matter of fact, because two, we laughed so much about that afterwards. Matter of fact, but two, that's the DMT trip though. I had to call my mom's, like, when I say I had to, basically, I had then crossed the threshold of dreaming and reality so heavy where I needed a sign to know that I was still on the earth plane. Like, point blank period. I'm like, what or who can let me know I'm still alive right now? You know what I'm saying? But but back and two, back to, like, the DMT trips, like, breaks down things on so many levels. Because also with my brother and sister, like, one of my brothers, matter of fact, Tigger, blessings, my brother. But my brother Tigger, you know what I'm saying, white brother. Uh, Me and him had, like, a connection where I noticed, like, we had a bunch of past lives where we crossed each other, from a slave master dynamic to all kind of things. And that's the thing too, is really breaking down your ego, because only a spirit could know and understand this. If you're looking at this from an ego perspective, it's like, oh, why you was my master, why I was a slave, you know what I'm saying, you're not even getting the true, aspect out of it. You know what I'm saying? Said the human land can be used. I'm trying to look at y'all. But you know what I'm saying? All that is breaking down your ego. And that was a beautiful experience, like I say, until you start to realize, because a lot of people don't get that, man. We could reincarnate as, different things. And like I always tell people, and like that entity told me too, matter of fact, that's where I get that from. And I just did a video on that. You cannot get to any other higher planes or different levels if you still discriminating against each other because of a pigment of your skin. That's another thing too. That's when I realized I was a real indigo, because I, like, yes, I associate, matter of fact, empathize with, like, say for instance, with the melanated people getting their knowledge back. You know what I'm saying? Because we, as in the human form, you know what I'm saying, like, we got so much of our knowledge taken away, which is the main true spiritual knowledge. But it's also to know not to dwell in it once I get it. You know what I'm saying? It's also understand my vibrational being, but it is school. So, you go through kindergarten, first grade, and then some of us, we get the understanding, but we get in 12th grade of that ego and want to stop still, like, still want to hold on to, oh yeah, and it's just, melanated, and yes, it does, and that's the thing too, though. Well, and I want to get beside the fact too. I don't want to stay on DOT, but what both parties and all parties got to understand is to not let skin pigmentation and what it does change the way we react with each other too. Because, all right, you can't get mad at me because my melanin makes me jump high like a motherfucker, run fast. You know what I'm saying? Do all kind of things. Give me, matter of fact, dealing with a big phallus. You know what I'm saying? Just point blank period. The elephant in the room that people don't want to speak on. Oh, it's right there. You know what I'm saying? But, like, we gotta deal with these differences, you know what I'm saying? Know and understand, you know what I'm saying? And not treat each other. It's like being open about them, but still understand we are humans with differences, you know what I'm saying? But we shouldn't treat each other different. So, like I say, it don't mean for no melanated person to say, yeah, I could jump high, I'm good. Nah, you know what I'm saying? Because that's when you're getting away, and take your gifts, use them, but don't, you ain't gotta beat your chest. And as a white person, you shouldn't feel like, oh, why are you bringing up melanin? Because that's your ego being racist. You know what I'm saying? Point blank. Period. You know what I'm saying? Like, we gotta learn how to come together. You know what I'm saying? Oh, melanin, you think you all that? No, what about? Man, look. And two, I tell everybody though, to shut it all up though. Hey, source spoke too, though, as far as, like, the dynamic of our pigmentation and the chemical balance and all that too. So whatever comes with it, we just gotta deal with it. That's what was given to us, you know what I'm saying? So you deal with it. But that's all, all levels that you need to get away from, though, in essence, to in order to get to higher planes, higher realms, and a higher understanding, you know what I'm saying? But that's where I was going. I got way off of that fact though. But my brethren move. That's how I also could tell, like, people, you know what I'm saying, will be in your thoughts or feel, like y'all kind of sharing vibrations, you know what I'm saying, sharing the experience. But my brethren move, you know what I'm saying, on another DMT trip, he's sitting on side, and he like, bruh, after we come out, because what we always would do too, we like get in the DMT, be vibrating heavily where you barely could even talk and everything because your left brain just, the ego, left brain just gets smacked around. So you know what I'm saying, you in that mode, but then you start to come down. So then that ego, we want to analyze things, so we smoke a little herb. You know what I'm saying, calm a little. Like, man, what you saw? This and that. And like Brethren was like, man, I picture being matter of fact, at my family business, the Williams Funeral Home in Opelousas. But and that's the thing, like, cause we never even hung like that in that spot. It's like, yeah, man, I picture being at a funeral home with you and your dad. You know what I'm saying? And we was just sitting outside, just chilling. You know what I'm saying? And he was just standing by us. And we at the back of the carport, and he's playing it so vividly, and I'm like, damn. And so when situations like that happen, I'm like, Daddy passed through the room. You know what I'm saying? Like my father, kind of, because if my brethren experience, seeing my father, then I know, in which I had experiences on that same trip, with my, different. Matter of fact, my grandmother, my cousins, a few people, like passing through. But like the fact that he had caught that vision was, that was kind of surreal. Let me know. There's another one too I had, and that was my first trip, which it was more off of like an acid or whatever. But basically, that was my first time I discovered telepathy, where my friend, matter of fact, and I'm kind of like shouting out too with name dropping, but my sister Sloan, you know what I'm saying, was staying right there by LSU, you know what I'm saying, and picture. They gave me the little piece of the acid strip. And I was like, you know what? Because I wasn't used to that type of stuff. This is the next level for me. Like, man, I gotta take this by myself before I go to talking and saying some shit I don't want to say in front of people. Like just like how I do. So I went and I left, and the whole time she's like, "No, why you going?" Like, man, the vibes is good here. What she did had the vibes right and everything, but I didn't understand psychedelics, so I didn't really, I'm thinking from an ego to this car ray ego, like from the hood too, like so psychedelics. And we gonna be good together. I'm like, man, nah, I'm about to do this by myself. You know what I'm saying? That's the mind frame I'm in at the time. So I take it, by the crib, and as I take it, and then start kicking in. I started feeling it, and then I just instantly go to laughing because I realized like she was right. I'm like, bro, I gotta go experience this with them. So I left out of my house and went go walk down the street. You know what I'm saying? And went go holler at. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, let me see what Let me go holler at Sloan, see what the little thing was. And so when I get in there, little vibe, and she like, you was gonna come back. And two, that was the beginning of telepathy right there in essence. But I'm sitting down, everybody vibrating. Another thing too about this trip, we going through our chakras like through intervals, because our chakras are spirals, you know what I'm saying, spiraling intervals, you know what I'm saying, fractals. And picture like you'll be in the root chakra, you know what I'm saying, have a little, how can I say, maybe having thoughts of something doing with fight or flight, this and that. We'll be in the sacral chakra where things are, you get a little sexual urge, which matter of fact, let me explain that to people because that could get uncomfortable too, experiencing with everybody where there's a little sexual feeling that'll come out of nowhere coming through your through your sacral chakra, matter of fact, because you feel each other's chakras also, you know what I'm saying, too. But basically though, long story short, with the telepathy thing, she was sitting right down on the floor, and I was sitting down in the chair on the sofa, and they had a little balloon right by me. And I already saw that it just seemed like thoughts and vibrations was already floating around. I'm like, man, it just seemed like, almost like without nobody saying it to each other, we was silently talking to each other, you know what I'm saying? And I was peeping at it, so I'm like, wait, hold on. And so I'm like, all right. And this in my brain, I'm like, all right, Sloan, like, don't do it yet. I'm like, I'm about to ask you to touch something to see if this telepathy is true. Like I said, it's all my brain. So I'm like, on the count of three, I want you to touch this balloon. And I was like, one, two, three, and then she touched it, and I was like, oh, like matter of fact, that surreal, that the chill catching moment hit me, and I'm like, bro, this is like too real, you know what I'm saying? And two, that's another thing with like these DMT trips and all this, it allows to break down your egotistical perception to allow you to know that its existence past this 3D physical realm, because that's where too, with a spiritual ascension, where it comes in, because if you can't get out of the fact that you are, a vibrational being, if you're too into the 3D, then you kind of never. That's why too, you'll see the difference between certain conscious people, where you could tell certain people just like book reading, you know, meditating on the surface consciousness, and then you got that, you know, psychedelic, really experiencing and share that ego and know what it feel like to be a vibration consciousness. I could tell there's like different aspects of it. I try to mix both of them into, what I'm saying, into my sharing experience when I talk to y'all. But it's that it's kind of just different levels of consciousness. Not that word conscious is so like unconscious, but I try not to get teachers on. Man, I love all y'all, man. Another one, June 21st, 2015. I saw the pharaohs last night. I think it was Osiris. When I asked to see how the pharaohs look, a Bigfoot just stumped down in front of me. Matter of fact, yeah, I was just sitting there. And two, you almost be on that level, like how they say how the gods like Tahuti and all that would just think of something and it would manifest. So in DMT trip, like almost like all what you're asking and what you trying to get out of it, it'll kind of just almost blue, depending on how far and how high you vibrating in there. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, man, I just want to see how the pharaoh was looking. All of a sudden, Bigfoot, boom, and like you seeing with your third eye. 'Cause that's why it's so important, or why I like to have my eyes closed. 'Cause you seeing all this with your third eye, and you could just feel and see a Bigfoot like boom. I'm like, oh shit. Matter of fact, and two on this trip, uh, in which and that's the thing, though, because a lot of what you experience has to do with your own teachings and perception from your ego, too, in essence. Because, say, for instance, somebody could experience Jesus Christ on a DMT trip, you know what I'm saying, or doing psychedelics. Because, even though that story may have been made up and written up, you know what I'm saying, like because it's been instilled in certain people's psyches, you know what I'm saying, that's what will resonate with them on a spiritual level. So they probably would see Christ or something of that nature, you know what I'm saying. But to get on the point I was making, I was gonna say I wrote down, I saw the Anunnaki, and they know I know that they exist, and vice versa, you know what I'm saying. But it's basically like, and I don't know if it's like like it felt like the like some type of deities that work with whoever work with deities and do stuff, you know what I'm saying, on that level, dealing with Anunnaki, and which I was thinking of it more in the terms of Illuminati. I'm like, oh shit, they watching me. That's what it felt like. It felt like, like they were saying, like, man, I see you, you're spreading. It's not almost like that was the deities though that were that suck on our energies of fear, you know what I'm saying? I forgot what they call them. I don't know if it's archons, but I want to say the wrong name. It's basically certain deities. Matter of fact, that the governments work with, you know what I'm saying? Because they make all these fear-based situations. First off, they start a Bible with fear, so they give you a religious book with fear, you know what I'm saying? So you could feed these fears to these deities that these unincarnated deities that probably never took human form, but they're being fed these fears. So maybe that was the type of deity I came across when I was like, the Anunnaki was like, I see you, basically vice versa. Like I see you, you see me, I'm out here getting this knowledge, be I'm sharing it, you know what I'm saying? Like it is what it is. But I did have that experience also, man. But basically, getting down to that's basically all my information, man. But DMT trips is one of them things too, which I always gotta keep it on that note. We could do everything and anything with our bodies. You know what I'm saying? First and foremost. So if you're high on that level, you know what I'm saying. If you're close to that level, then you could. I'm gonna say close, but you could manufacture close to DMT trips, our real DMT trips, through meditation and stuff. But it takes very advanced meditation and sometimes initiation by certain spirit guides and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But these levels of perception, as far as like crossing the threshold of this 3D matrix, you know what I'm saying? It could be acquired through meditation and different techniques of that nature. You know what I'm saying? But just like that, and Source is everything. So Source got the front door for you, and Source got the back door. You could the side door, the front door, however, you know what I'm saying. If you're in the building, you're in the building. You know what I'm saying? In essence, as long as you divine with it, you ain't doing nothing wrong to get in the building. You're good in essence. Because like I say, wrong is so much of a man-made thing too, anyway. But you definitely could attain this through your own means. I always like to stress that first of all. Not stress that, I like to let people know that I don't stress nothing. You know what I'm saying? But first and foremost, it's all things you're capable of doing. And also, matter of fact, I remember trying to figure out, because another thing, going into DMT trips with intentions, with questions, because not only, too, you want to have your body completely clean, almost down there, like purge, but you want to have things you want to ask and certain things you want to know, you know what I'm saying? Try not to let it be too just general, you know what I'm saying? Because already a lot of information getting downloaded. And two, I realized though why was so much getting downloaded just from jump because of how much all of my life I was asking for that moment I got in my DMT ego that moment was the moment I had been asking for all my life, you know what I'm saying? And what was funny, like it could have been considered a bad trip, but actually most bad trips, if you have the overstanding of knowing that we are vibrational beings and knowing how a lot of the vibrations work and stuff, when you get into DMT and psilocybin, I feel like no matter how much you may cross the threshold, it may not, you can always learn something. Because, say, for instance, that trip there when I killed my ego, that was a trip what most people would consider that a horrible, bad trip. Like I said, I had to call my mama. Matter of fact, my brother and sister wondering if they was going to have to call the ambulance or something, you know what I'm saying? Like, because I really, as a matter of fact, cause that what another thing that spooked me too of like wanting to call somebody or trying to see if I was still here, cause it was just like flashing like that's the most vivid I ever experienced, like what would be called a dream, you know what I'm saying, like. But like, cause I'm seeing stuff. Matter of fact, I'm hearing my grand. Like I go to a realm where I'm hearing all the people that pass away in my family. And two, what spooked me, I'm hearing some people that hadn't passed away too, but I'm hearing their voice loud and clear. Like my grandmother, like Kare, like you know what I'm saying, like her voice and everything. Like damn. Like I had one point where I thought my coworker was talking to me in the back room, and I say thought, but that's what I was visualizing seeing. And I heard him, and I went back there and hugged him like football tackle, hugged him. But it was my partner Tigger, you know what I'm saying? Like so, it was like dang, like. But it really broke down my ego and showed me, you know what I'm saying, that this is just a little vehicle, man. This is a little car, you know what I'm saying. You get in a wreck in your car, you switch up and get a new one. And so wreck your car, passing away, dying, your car engine no longer works. You know what I'm saying? Like the engine ain't pumping no more, them pistons. Cause think about it, as above so below. Cause that's why the pistons in the car engine pump like kind of like a heart pumping that oil, you know, in and out. You know what I'm saying? Creating that combustion, that electrical charge. You know what I'm saying? Electricity like the heart does. So a lot of our inventions basically are personifications of ourselves. That's why, like, with a car, like, if one thing starts to go wrong, then it'll lead to other problems. Same thing with your body, you know what I'm saying? If you're limping, it's gonna create too much pressure on the other leg. Now the other leg will start hurting, or now your arm hurting because you got a cane, and that's putting stress on your heart because you're doing too much. You know what I'm saying? Like, it break down everything, and that's why we build things that have the same aspect. But basically, that's it. Matter of fact, I'm about to kind of try to go through some of y'all the guys. I asked, what is your reason for wanting to smoke DMT? Let's see. Matter of fact, too, and I know some people just said about smoking because the DMT I came across too, it was for ACO DMT that you could take orally. You know what I'm saying? Like you didn't have to smoke it. Because matter of fact, it was funny. Like some people told me about the smoking experience. That's how I know source work in divine ways. Because I know I would probably been upset with smoking some DMT and like like that fast of a, like a, how could I say, in which though I know how the things work though, because say for maybe 15 minutes or 30 minutes in human time, but I know how long that is past this existence. You know what I'm saying? That's you in the eternal time where time don't exist. But from most people experience though, it sounds like it's too much in a vacuum, like you just like in and out like quick. See with the 4 ACO that we were getting, like you could take it, in which they say sometimes too. That's another thing. Where some types of DMT, you can't take it orally because your stomach acid, stop it from actually giving off the effect. But I would just pour the powder on my tongue and let it sit on my tongue for a second so it could kind of secrete into my into my system. Then after I would just feel it getting too, so thin, I was just like, all right, bam. After so thin good enough, I would just, swallow. And then eventually, it'll start kicking in, but we'll be in there, man, for at least, regular dosages will give you at least 3 hours, you know what I'm saying? At least, you know what I'm saying? Well, on the back end of the third hour, you know what I'm saying, you kind of coming back, a little bit. And that's on the small dose, which I can't remember the size dosages we were, dealing with, you know what I'm saying? But like and two though, like on that heroic dose though, like that took, man. And matter of fact, that was so much of an omens too, because let me share before I be out on that too, because like it's no coincidence. As a matter of fact, coming out of DMT trip, that's another thing that lets you show that your thoughts manifest everything, bar. Because when I come out of DMT trips, it's like as soon as I had a thought, a couple of minutes later, boop, it's like blue. I'm like, oh man, it's like, bro, and it just shows you how much It basically, and that's where it'll scare your ego, because you really, and what you would think your ego would enjoy being able to manifest things and stuff that easy, but it just breaks down your ego because your ego is so used to not being in control and not seeing the fluency of the universe, and plus your ego don't want you to see it. Your ego job is to get you to die without realizing that you are a spiritual being. That is your ego job. You know what I'm saying? That's why the left brain, I wish they considered the whole brain to be the ego. That's why they took it out for mummification, dealing with you know, with Egypt Kemet, you know what I'm saying? But that ego wants you to die before you know that you are something spiritual and higher, you know what I'm saying? And that's basically like, so when we talk about ego, that like that, and I just did a video too about how the spirit's been telling me like I had been dipping too close into my ego, like almost retracting, like where it was kind of sending me some messages like, "Hey, brethren, you need to get back on that high vibration," In which I never left the high vibration, but I was just dealing with with just being a little too egotistical for my spiritual like, and for my spirit and soul like, what I'm saying, basically. But I think that's basically it. What's up, everybody? What's up? Man, I know I've been missing out on most of y'all posts. See a little bit of DMT talk. We produce DMT natural in vast quantities when we are born. That near death experience all heavy round sleep. Yes, Jose Martini. Yes. That's why I always bring that up. Like, hey, we produce this stuff naturally, you know what I'm saying? You don't really have to go outside your body for this, you know what I'm saying? But there's also a realness of the situation, you know what I'm saying, where it won't, put it like this, it will only be a bad experience if you walk into it like, well, all society say this and that. No, I frown upon it because I just, you know what I'm saying, then yeah, then it's not for you, and then don't pay for you to mess with it, you know what I'm saying, because you putting the bad connotation in it, and don't pay to work something up bad and then fuck with it, you know what I'm saying, like that's insanity right there. But like I say, to each his own, different strokes for different folks. And yes, we are all a one organism, but we have what I could call, what I would like to term, different vibrational signatures. We have just little subtle differences, you know what I'm saying, in essence, in order for us to build in this, in this physical realm. Because if we all were acting the same, we all were perfect, then it wouldn't be none of this. it wouldn't be no earth. You know what I'm saying? We'd be back to where we was. We'd learn this. That's why we here now, because we was like, man, things too perfect. Like, because that's another thing I got on a DMT trip. I'm like, bro, what messed up? Like, what allowed us to be human? That's what and what most people want to know. Like, what forced us to be humans? Because basically, we got tired of perfectness. In essence, perfectness was too perfect. It's like, all right, kind of got into what you would kind of what we would term bored. You know what I'm saying? We got to the spot where like, nah, man, we want to do something different. So we want to experience duality. We want to get away from perfection and oneness. Because the thing like where if it was all the same, it would be that perfectness. With no duality. It wouldn't necessarily be evolution because everybody would be the same. You know what I'm saying? So but is that that wanting to get away from perfection is what guys here that want to experience something different and questioning perfection. Cause say for instance when things I brought this up many times before, when things perfect, you know what I'm saying, what could mess up everything perfect? Somebody questioning all the perfect, somebody questioning all the perfection, I'm sorry. you know Someone questioning perfection or the perfectness of everything, that would change everything perfect. And that's like I say, where you get that devilish fall from earth type of, the light bearer looking for too much information type of, that's why that connotation come with that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that falling, situation. But it's different interpretations into that. That's why it's good to get a bunch of different, look at your Book of Enoch, Mahabharata, you know what I'm saying? Just all different texts, you know what I'm saying, to see what's going on with the situation. But I think I covered most of everything I wanted to talk about. But and honestly too, people, if you're not into DMT, because I understand like in most cases DMT is somewhat of like I say artificial, but it is like a lab, generated somewhat type of, situation. So mushrooms, you know what I'm saying? That's Mama Earth right there. Which Mama Earth, and let's get that, cause just like herb. Herb, just because Mama Earth give it to us don't mean it's all good, you know what I'm saying? Mama Earth gave us a lot of bad things to wake our ass up, to get us in, you know what I'm saying, to get us in check. So everything is not, you know what I'm saying. But like mushrooms, if you don't want to deal with anything that seems like a chemical or whatever, take you some mushrooms. Make sure you get it from you know, a trustable, reliable source. You know what I'm saying. Feel that gut feeling. You're gonna feel it in your gut whether it's meant for you or not. Matter of fact, because that's what, when you start opening up your intuition. And because say for instance, before I took DMT and stuff, man, I was in a meditative state where basically the source was like, yeah, go ahead. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like basically like you just started meditating, so you're not really gonna, you're not about to experience that type of situation through meditation right off. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead, and that's why I tell people that. But like I say, different strokes for different folks. We all on our different parts of our growths at different rates. You know what I'm saying? But man, I'm a kind of end on that note. Man, thank y'all for y'all participation, man. You know what I'm saying? I see everybody in this chat. And yes, man, DMT. Yes, DMT is illegal. The DMT that I got, matter of fact, DMT and the mushrooms I got, they all appear from magical beings. All of it, like I just, magical being, just, man, whoa, man. I get all my psychedelics from like gnomes, and you know what I'm saying. Matter of fact, I got a bar this one from here from the walls. I get my all that type of stuff from the cat down the road. You know what I'm saying? In fact, the cat from Alice in Wonderland. Really. You know what I'm saying? But that's it, man. And only only mess with it if it's for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause another thing too, what I try to explain, this experience, man, is great for breaking down your ego, though, man, on so many levels. Especially if you walk into it with an understanding. And matter of fact, because I even been like, cause from going through it so much, I even kind of, did some shamanistic work as far as like helping other people on their journey and making sure they were being guided the right way. Because matter of fact, lately on one experience helping somebody, matter of fact, Benjamin's sister, you know what I'm saying, taking it for the first time, I would notice that. Matter of fact, there's another thing too. I went back into a tangent, but like the music, if you're playing music or anything, say for instance, man, the music lyrics, man, it's gonna seem like basically like Pandora, whatever you playing is working off of your brain, off of source. Because the songs and all that, in which though you realize there was a matrix, so it's always working off of what you into. But it's songs that'll pop up where it's like, bro, like it's talking about your life or what you need to change right there in that moment. You know what I'm saying? And then they have situations where I be talking to the person, and they like getting spooked, and I start to realize like, bro, like sources talking through me to them, you know what I'm saying? So I had to catch that, like, and so I'll be knowing. And then too, once I started realizing it, I started working with it. So I'm like, yep, yep, what you thinking? You do need to change that. You know what I'm saying? Like, yep, like you need to drop that low about it, Or what you tell me what you think, like talking in that type of, you know what I'm saying? Like that question riddle type of, but not really riddle, but you know what I'm saying? But like I said, I starting to see that my word, that source was speaking to them through me, you know what I'm saying? And in some cases too, it would switch because in these cases too, I was on it too, you know what I'm saying? And so I was like, and what you got to watch yourself with that, because I'm gonna keep it real. You have to be completely out of your ego if you're gonna like participate. Like say for instance, you're doing this with somebody for the first time, but you're coaching them through it. You know, if you're gonna do it with them, make sure that your ego is completely clear. You know what I'm saying? Because one thing you getting a lot of things bouncing around, and once you in that realm too, you know what I'm saying, it could pull stuff out of you. But if you don't have nothing there to pull out and for you know what I'm saying to mess with the other person's experience, then it's good. You know what I'm saying? But you do have to watch out for that because things are kind of you know what I'm saying come out of you. You know what I'm saying? Like your ego will start kind of dabbling into that person experience, so you gotta watch out for that. But it's basically though, like that was tight. How like I basically was like the voice of source. You know what I'm saying? And matter of fact, and what's tight, bro? I never forget, man. That Bell by LSU. And in fact, I talked about it on one of my recordings, but that Bell by LSU, man, is so significant to so many DMT trips and mushroom trips. Like I'm talking about every time. It was almost like that message, like doom 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 doom. And I just bust out. That's another thing. I bust out laughing because it's so much of a realization. You know what I'm saying? It'd be so surreal. You know. But before I start watering down my information and getting away from it, let's see. Happy now. Peace and blessings, man. Thank y'all for participating in my live chat. And I don't know if I could go back and, you know what I'm saying? I didn't want to. I was trying, because with the technical difficulties I was having, I didn't want to get too much into the chat without explaining what I wanted to explain. Because once I got into it, I was like, all right, I'm on a roll. Now I don't want to, because I know how it worked for me. Like, I get off into looking in the comment or something else, and then bam, where was I? Well, I was just on, you know what I'm saying? So, matter of fact, because I try to get out of my left brain, even when explaining stuff. It's like, man, holding on to certain logic is only to edify yourself with people like, hey, I know this. This squared equals 1,000 trillion. Just to know it. I'm not so much on that. I learn it, know it for myself, Whatever I need to know to regurgitate, I try to, keep that, ready to come out. But other than that, I work with the right brain now. I mean, I just like letting information come. I'm not trying to prove to you that I know everything. Matter of fact, I'm learning just as much as the next person. You know what I'm saying? But all right, this time I'm going for real. Thank y'all for y'all participation in this live video, man. First live video. I am grateful. Peace, blessings. Happy now. Not too far in the future. Not too far in the past. Right now. Time to stop the broadcast, man. Blessings, man. Thank y'all for coming through into the chat rooms, man. Let's see. Yeah, great things to love, man. Yeah, first eye. Yes, of course, man. The third eye, I like to call it the first eye. Matter of fact, that's another thing, getting into changing terminologies, you know what I'm saying? Well, soon, matter of fact, because for sure all these holidays and stuff need to, like this Christmas stuff, but it takes steps because, you got family members who aren't awoke that still participate. But we got to start turning this into family day, and until it turns into something where it's just not even holiday, where, well, any day and all days could be a holiday based on what you make it, you know what I'm saying? But the same thing with terminologies like the third eye and all this. It's like, man, that's the first eye. By calling it the third, we giving these little two false eyes too much power, you know what I'm saying? But, and like this. Yeah, boss, yeah. Dream often, man. I'm gonna try, man. Jose Martinez. If I'm saying your name right, I'm gonna try to do some more live streams. i I'm just trying to test the waters because I also know like how the situation go, and that's why I was like in and out too because I know like some certain people may come in trolling and all that. So I'm just trying to see what just testing the water because But matter of fact, I don't give power to trolling none of that anyway. So I don't even fear it or whatever. So I don't even give. But I was just testing the water, seeing how many people come in the chat, this and that. But man, thank y'all. Blessing. Matter of fact, I made this. That's been my first hour video, man. First live video, first 1 hour video. Blessings, man. I'm grateful, bro. Appreciate y'all, man. Oh, y'all, man. Blessings. Stay tuned. Matter of fact, hey, don't forget that a brethren is on the rise. You know what I'm saying? I just made a move, trying to accumulate revenue and start up my business and stuff like that. Man, whether it's a penny or anything, I don't know if it's on this side or this side. I ended up learning. I think it's on this. Wait, let me see. I'm going to be able to tell. I'm going to do it right. So, since I'm looking at the screen, I think it's on this side. But I want y'all to, if y'all can, man, give a donation to the to my little PayPal tab, man. Anything is greatly appreciated, man, and it's all gonna be given back to y'all. Cause I'm one of them people too. When I get like start accumulating a lot of wealth, man, it's gonna be equally going out and investing into people, man. That's trying to basically kind of like do the same thing that I'm trying to get out here and spread knowledge, and uplift and stuff like that, man. I don't want to be sitting on no cash, man. Like it'd be cool to get on a yacht and I want to go in the ocean, stuff like this, and experience different things. But I'm not all about having, because I already see the type of lower vibrations and bad stuff. Looking at stars and how they have to cancel their shows and have like Nick Cannon dealing with all this. Like, I don't want to be on that. I don't want to have to deal with all that. So I'm gonna make sure, I'm gonna have accumulation of cash. I'm gonna be giving it out, spreading the love, man, because it comes back to you like that also too. But again, peace, and I'm gone this time for real. Peace. Happy now, man. Blessings, man. Hour long video, man. Happy now. Now is the vibrate, man. Peace. Matter of fact, I'm saying peace, but I gotta actually close the video. So let's see. Broadcast. So how do I turn it off? That's the question. Stop broadcast. Stop streaming. Stop your encoder. All right, stop my encoder. So, peace, y'all. Let's see. Let's stop it.